There are some nights at work where absolutely nothing happens. And then there are nights that completely destroy your mental stability. This was one of those nights. It started during my overnight security shift at this giant office building. Everything was peaceful, too peaceful. The building was empty, the lights were dim, and I was doing what every hard-working security professional does at 2 a.m., watching videos on my phone and eating vending machine snacks I definitely wasn't supposed to touch. That's when I heard it. Scratch. At first, I ignored it. Then I heard it again. Scratch, scratch, and suddenly something moved near the vending machine. Now, I expected maybe a mouse, maybe a loose wire, maybe my imagination. What I did not expect was the largest cockroach I've ever seen in my life, casually walking out like he paid rent in the building. And behind him, another roach, then another, and then one giant roach walked out like some kind of final boss. I'm talking slow, dramatic entrance. This roach looked like he had authority, like he had meetings to attend, like he filed taxes. That's when I called my coworker Darnell for backup, and Darnell arrived acting like he was some kind of action hero. He looked at me and said, "Tonight, we end this." I believed him for exactly 7 seconds, because the second the roaches started moving, Darnell screamed louder than I did and jumped onto a desk. Completely useless. So now it was just me, against what looked like an organized insect army. I started grabbing anything I could find. Bug spray, cleaning supplies, a broom, a mop bucket. At one point, I threw office paperwork at them like that was somehow going to help. Nothing worked. Then the giant roach charged at me, and I panicked so hard I grabbed the nearest giant decorative office boot display from the lobby. Don't ask why there is a giant boot decoration, I still don't know. But in that moment, it became my weapon. I lifted that thing like Thor's hammer and launched it directly at the roach general. Everything went into fake slow motion. Darnell screaming, papers flying everywhere, me yelling, the roach diving dramatically, and then boom, direct hit. The giant roach got launched across the lobby. The remaining roaches immediately ran for their lives. And just like that, the war was over. The lobby was destroyed. Furniture flipped over, papers everywhere, broken monitors, and Darnell was somehow taking credit for everything. The next morning, my boss walked in, looked at the destroyed lobby, looked at me, and said, "What happened here?" And before I could answer, Darnell smiled and said, "We saved the building." And somehow we got rewarded with half a cold pizza from the break room. Not even full pizza, half. But just when I thought it was over, I looked down and saw one tiny baby roach staring directly at me from across the floor. And that's when I realized this war was far from over.